Hi, welcome to For Such a Time as This. My name is Colleen, and I'm really glad you stopped in today. It is January 15th, National Bagel Day and National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Now, while I like two, or I like both, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the ice cream because I love ice cream. It's also National Hat Day, which is why I decided to sport a hat today. So, we're at the beginning of the year, and a lot of times people create resolutions or goals or a bucket list of things that they want to accomplish or do, or even places they want to visit in the upcoming year. And to be honest, I do the same. I don't formally call them resolutions, but they are little things that I know in the back of my mind of things that I want to do throughout the year. Live a healthier lifestyle, some projects that I'd like to finish around the house, growing deeper in my walk with the Lord. These are all things that I want to work on. And to be honest, sometimes the bigger the project, the more I procrastinate. Because when I look at the project as a whole, while I love the thought of it being done, while I love the outcome that's going to be there when it's done, it's so overwhelming that I never get it started. For example, um, each year my mom and I would plant flowers together in my flower garden. Well, we also have a big area out back. It's under two big trees, so it's very shaded. Nothing grows underneath there except weeds. No grass, just weeds. And often we talk about, oh man, it would be so nice to turn that into a seating area with a bench and tables or a picnic table, maybe a canopy. We've talked about trying to grass the area, or whether we cover it with mulch or stones. I mean, we have all these ideas of what we want to do. But that's all they ever end up being, our ideas, because it seems so big. The project never gets started. And it makes me think of a conversation that I had with a student actually today about what happens when you open an assignment and right at the top of the assignment it says estimated time of completion 11 hours. What? 11 hours for one assignment. You know, when the student is a full time working adult with a family, wife and kids, and everybody's involved in things, thinking about an 11-hour project can be so overwhelming. Where are we going to get the time to do that? And so we just talked through, some healthy tools that you can do to get it done. And basically, break it down into smaller sections. Instead of thinking, I have to sit down for the next 11 hours, say, all right, I'm going to sit down for 45 minutes. Set a timer. When the timer goes off, get up and do something else. Come back and do another 45 minutes later. Or if you get done with the first 45 minutes and the timer goes off and you're super motivated, push through and do some more time. Breaking bigger things into smaller chunks is much more doable and doesn't feel so overwhelming. And in fact, that's probably what I should be doing out back. Instead of thinking about the big picture and everything that needs to get done, break that down into smaller sections and do a little bit each week or over a couple evenings throughout a week. Then I think I would get things done. Well, when it comes to my spiritual walk, boy, I'll be honest, I want to grow deeper in my faith. I want to grow closer to the Lord. I want to hear his sweet whispers when he's talking to me. I want to read his word and be encouraged and lifted up. I want to remember who he created me to be and remember how he looks at me. When I look at everything in the world going on, sometimes I get a little distracted and I forget those things. But I want them to be planted so deep in my heart that I'm not distracted and forget this. Well, I might get distracted, but I won't forget those things. And so thinking about where do I even begin, or reading a Bible looks so huge. I don't want it to be so overwhelming to the point where I just keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. and it never getting done. So instead, I need to break it down into smaller sections. And maybe that just means starting with a book. For example, reading the book of Galatians, highlighting or circling the things in there that just really spoke to me, that really encouraged me and lifted me up, and then taking some time to write out my thoughts in a journal about what I read and how it encouraged me. These are little things that I can do throughout my week that don't take a lot of time. And in the end, I'll have that big project. I'll have that time where I've just grown deeper in my faith with the Lord. I understand Him a little bit more, and I understand how He sees me. I would encourage you this week to think about the things in your life, specifically spiritually, that you'd like to see happen. Maybe you want to grow deeper in your walk with the Lord. Maybe you want to spend time with Him every day. Maybe you want to learn how to trust Him more, or to get to know the names of Him. Bread of life, living water. Maybe it's to read a Bible or memorize a verse or share your faith with someone else. I would encourage you to think of some things that you would like to do and jot them down just to help hold yourself accountable. Connect with a friend and share it with them too so they can help encourage you along the way. If you're unsure where to start, because quite honestly, a Bible this size can get overwhelming. Now, I will say this is a study Bible. It's not just the scripture, but there are sections in here that explain the scripture. It can get overwhelming. But reach out if you have questions about where do I start, where can I get a Bible or a Bible study, who can I connect with to help encourage me and hold me accountable. Reach out. We would love to work with you and encourage you and lift you up and help you grow deeper in your faith. And as always, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. Shalom, my friend.